Hi everyone, it's Christy here from Sweet Girl Designs. This week I'm sharing a layout from May 11th to 17th. Just showing you that I have an insert for this week along with some artwork done by the girls. This side is a drawing that Adeline did, so I just added her name and date stamped at the bottom. And then on the back I have some schoolwork that Nora did. So again, I just wrote her name and date stamped at the bottom. This was a 12 by 12 page protector that I used my fuse to fit the 8.5 by 11. So as I am starting to work on this layout, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to add the tabs to these inserts now instead of doing it later. So I pull out my tab punch and some of the same pattern paper I used in duplicate spots throughout this layout. So I am punching those out and adhering to the page protector using my tiny attacher. This one I'm going to center on the page, and then for this insert I'm going to put it closer to the top just so that it adds a little bit of interest. And it also works out because when it falls on when I turn my album, it doesn't cover any of the photos. So now I'm showing you some products. I pulled out some chipboard, I believe was from Studio Calico from quite a while ago, and then some wood veneer from the May Stories by the Month kit, and some stickers from Amy Tangerine Picnic in the Park, and then some phrase stickers from Ali Edwards List kit. So I'm starting with the wood veneer. I do have a lot of this in my stash. I just never seem to use it. I recently got some distress inks on Facebook Marketplace, so I decided to see if some of these colors would work and if it would work in coloring the wood veneer. The wood veneer has little phrases on it, and so I was curious to see if the phrases would still kind of show up after I inked it. So I'm just testing it and decide I really don't like it. So I scrapped that idea and kind of play with thinking maybe I will use the wood veneer as is. But then I start looking at some of my other embellishments and just kind of decide that the wood veneer is looking a little bit bland to me with all of the bright colors. So you won't see wood veneer on this layout. I really do need to figure out how to use my wood veneer. I think painting it, which I've done in the past, and inking it works, but I need to figure out how to use these phrases. I don't know, I really struggle. So the bulk of embellishments for this layout are going to be the chipboard, the puffy stickers, and these phrase stickers. I like the phrase stickers, how they bring in some white. They're a little long, so I am going to trim them, and I'm going to always pair them with a puffy sticker. So I'm trimming them, and I think I've mentioned this before, but with the story kit, I love all the embellishments and cards that you get in the story kit, but it's really hard for me when the same sentiment is repeated over and over. So this is the list kit. So a lot of the stickers have the word list, and so I try to avoid duplicating that, and I'm pretty successful on this layout. So you'll see I've added 2 stickers so far, and with both I'm adding a puffy sticker. So the rainbow paper that I have for my title card is also featured on the right hand side of this on this layout, and I just love the bright colors in this. I just love it. And then the kind of plus sign paper I'm going to leave as a filler card, and that was the inspiration for this layout. I just love all the bright colors in there. I did have that May Memories card under my title card, but because I'm going to have the word May on the title card, I decided to do some switching around. On the Instax photo, that was a filler card, I believe from one of the story kits. I can't think of which one it was right now. I think maybe Progress. But I just covered up the sentiment with the Instax. So my title card is super simple. I pulled out these white holographic thickers. I'm not quite sure which collection these came from or what the name of these stickers are, but I just loved kind of the holographic whiteness of it. The holographic brought the rainbow effect, I guess, to it, if that makes sense. And then the white kind of played off the white stickers and the white filler card that came next to it. And then I'm using this heart chipboard in the center just to act as my like two or my hyphen in between the dates. And I like the way that looks. I did kind of rotate the card so that the pink chipboard wasn't sitting entirely on the pink part of the rainbow paper. And then I do like how this side of the layout has big pops of red and yellow, and I just love this color scheme so much. The plus sign pattern paper has a lot of colors in it, and so I really tried to keep that balance throughout the layout. Alright, now we're on to the insert. So I'm doing both sides of the insert at the same time. You'll notice that I have two of the same patterns. I like doing this, especially when I'm struggling to find patterns or cards to fit this layout. When it's an insert, I like duplicating the patterns because you're never going to see both cards at the same time. You'll only see one on one side, and then you're going to turn it over and you'll see the other one. So you don't even need to worry about duplicating it. And I just think it kind of looks neat to have two of the same patterns. So because I duplicated the rainbow card pattern on both sides of the layout, I thought I would duplicate this black stripe pattern as well. I took a 3x4 white card and just trimmed it in half and attached it to both of the striped cards to add journaling spots. Again, just kind of replicating that. And then I'm going to add a doodly border around them, and those are going to be primarily my journaling for the layout. I'm also going to add another card similar to this on the right hand side of the layout. I'm using those stickers again to add embellishments to my photos. So again, pairing them with the puffy stickers. The one photo of Nora says anything is possible, and she had just lost her third tooth, so we documented that. And then the photo of Erin and I says, what does it say? It says all these awesome things. So we had just been enjoying our time at home still, walking to go pick up the girls from the day home, spending lots of time outside. Just that's why I love Project Life. It's all of these awesome things. Like, you just can't narrow it down. So I decided to bring in the chipboard to the journaling spots. I was originally going to put that yellow chipboard at the bottom of the journaling spot, but because I had embellishments at the bottom of the photo right next to it, I decided to shift it up and have it at the top. So the one says live this day, which I don't know why that sounds kind of weird to me, but it should say love this day or live this moment. I don't know. Anyways, now we are on to the right side of the layout. I'm just going to add my Julie border to this quote card that says, nature gives to every time and season some beauties of its own. So because this side of the layout has photos pretty much entirely outside, I decided to add that nature card, and the colors worked perfectly. I had two photos in this pocket, so I'm going to add a flip pocket and just add a piece of pattern paper in behind to bring in some pop of yellow. I will add a tab to that, but then I decide, because it is only two photos, instead of adding the flip pocket, I'm just going to use the tab to have a pull-out feature. I just felt that because this layout already has an insert and artwork, to add another flip element just be too much, and so I decided to do the pull out instead. I haven't done that in a while. I've just really been reaching for my flip pockets, so I like that I switched it up a little bit. Going through the sticker sheet and adding some more of these stickers, I just really love the pop of white, and I like how all the sentiments are different colors. The colors worked perfectly, so I really like that. The one at the bottom says "You can do this," and I paired it with a rainbow. And then at the top it says "At the top of my list." So we went to my in-laws' house. This was the first time we'd been there since COVID started, and it had been a really, really, really long time since we had seen our nieces and nephews, and the girls had seen their cousins. So there's tons of photos. I think actually all the photos on the left hand side and the right hand side, so the two 12 by 12s, are all photos from the weekend, and then the insert is just the rest of the week. So sometimes I like to organize my photos that way. It just worked out that there was so many photos from our trip to my in-laws farm. So adding some puffy stickers. I had pulled out that red circle chipboard that had the plus sign. I just wasn't really loving it, so I finicked my way through. Is that a word? Finicked? It was so finicky to find a puffy sticker that would cover it, and settled on this one that said "Big Day," and then I just paired it with some little hearts. And then I do some flowers up at the top here of my mother-in-law reading with the girls, and then adding another chipboard to the top photo. Some of the chipboard in the chipboard sheet had some gold foiling. I don't know why, but I just really struggle with gold metallics in general. I have a hard time using them, so I used all of the circle chipboard that didn't have any gold foil. Alright, so here I am. I'm adding the tab to my flip pocket, but once I have it attached on there, I'm going to change my mind and just have it as a pull-out. So, as mentioned, I just really didn't want to have tons and tons of elements that you had to flip and turn and all kinds of things. And I feel like lately, the last few weeks here of the first half of 2020, so for May and June, I have tons and tons of inserts, and I'm not quite sure why, because we are still like mostly at home, and I'm just taking a lot of photos, I guess. But and it's been busy. I don't know why, but it's been busy. So I'm just adhering the photos back to back and adding that tab there. I did staple through the flip pocket, but I know that I will use it again and I'll staple there again, so I'm not too worried about it. I love how I have the filler card just empty. I did think about adding some journaling there, but I really love that card, and I love that it's just empty. And it kind of helps the card on the right hand side, the quote card about nature, is empty too, and I just really like the way it looks and allows your eye to kind of rest and just remind you that you don't need to embellish everything. I go in spurts. Sometimes I need to embellish every single photo. Sometimes I am just more minimalist, and I feel like this layout was somewhere in between. So there is my layout. Lots of photos of my new niece who we hadn't yet met. She was born in February and we didn't meet her until she was 3 months old. So lots of photos of the girls and I holding her. Lots of tree house building photos and a few outside at home photos and new playing with friends photos, playing with friends for the first time in months too. So this is a great week. I love all the photos. I love the pops of color and just keeping it simple. So I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment, give a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Try to post every week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.